I started investing in gold and silver around the time of the Great Recession, about 13 years ago now. So, in the time I've been collecting coins and investing in silver bars, I've seen three major crashes. The one right at the Great Recession, there was the crash in 2011 after we resolved some of our debt ceiling crisis. And then there was obviously the crash just after COVID-19. And I've seen a lot of my peers get wiped out because they had financed a lot of their gold and silver, right? Margin calls, um, which unfortunately, I hate to say this, but in a way, I've benefited from that, right? Because I buy in at the low points, I dollar cost average, and end up buying a whole lot more gold and silver every time one of these events happens. And sometimes when I'm watching the news, especially if I'm watching with a bunch of people or discussing online, or lately Seattle has reopened to phase three. Sometimes we'll be at a coffee shop or at a bar, and the television screen will be on, and I gotta make sure my emotions don't show. I see bad news, right? A batch of vaccines have gone bad, right? There's another outbreak of COVID, and I get excited that is that going to cause the markets to shake up, and maybe I can buy something cheaply. In the back of my mind, I'm thinking that, but sometimes I gotta make sure I don't show it on my face, right? The fact that we have to cover our faces kind of helps too, right? Anyways, so it brings up the idea that when the markets shake up like that, the gold or the silver or the stocks, they end up in stronger hands, right? They end up in hands that are not leveraged to the hilt. And it kind of reminds me, I hope this is also happening in real life. During the COVID-19 crisis, I've witnessed a lot of people breaking up from relationships, right? Some of my family members had some close calls. They had to work things out. Fortunately, none of my family members broke up, but the idea is that if it put a stress test on every relationship in the world, right? And hopefully after the lockdown, well, I guess it's already kind of after the lockdown in some places, you can reconfigure those the people around, right? People are going to get into stronger relationships, hopefully, right? You can kind of think of the lockdown. If this were like a chemical reaction, right? You got this couple and this couple rearranging. The lockdown was kind of a catalyst for that reaction to happen, right? That's how I like to view, or you could view it as the relationships getting into stronger hands, right? I broke up with a girl at the beginning of the lockdown because she lives with elderly family members. We got to keep them safe. And then I met another girl halfway through the lockdown. We recently broke up because, well, didn't break up, but we've taken a break from the relationship because we had some disagreements over staying safe going forward, right? She doesn't believe in keeping her immune system strong by healthy lifestyles. She believes in taking chemicals instead. I believe otherwise, and we respect each other's beliefs. But you see, the crisis kind of forced all of these out, right? And right, hopefully after the crisis is over, our relationships can go into stronger hands, right? Just like the last 13 years of opportunities and crises in the precious metals market has forced a lot of precious metals to go into stronger hands.